YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive. I bring you guys our Week 8 matchup against the Detroit Steel Wings and my good friend Chase, or CrimsonCBAD. Your St. Louis Rampardos are sitting at 3-4, and so are the Detroit Steel Wings. We had a crazy match last week against Monotui in the Lux Rays. If you haven't seen it, definitely recommend it. One of the craziest matches we've had all season. We've got a question of the day today. Do you think Mega Evolution should be allowed next season to GBA? It seems like there's all the Megas are starting to get released. I know Beedrill's out, Steelix, things like that. So do you think Megas should be allowed again, if assuming all of them are available for drafting, aside from like Mega Blaziken, obviously, because that thing's broken? Let me know what you guys think. This could be some good feedback for us as we head into the next season. And of course, hit that like button down below if you're hyped for this match. This should be a fun one. I played Chase twice in the past. I was able to beat him both times, if I remember correctly, but the last one, I probably should have lost. I got a really lucky crit that resulted in us being able to pull back the match. But this one, new teams, new slate. We're hopefully gonna pick up a W here, because if we win this match, we'll be right back in this playoff race, guys. I think we're like maybe 1 or 2 games back right now in playoffs, but we play the 2 teams we're behind coming up. So we have a solid chance to get back into this playoff race, despite our rough start. So we're gonna hope for the best, guys. I'm gonna get connected with Chase here. If you didn't see the team builder, go check it out. Learn what sets we're bringing, why we're bringing them, all that stuff. Educate yourself, so that way you don't have to ask any questions in the comment section below about, you know, what I'm bringing and stuff, why I'm bringing it. It's all in the team builder. That's what I'm making for. So go check that out. But let me get connected with Chase here, and we're gonna have a fun match. Alright guys, we are connected here. We're gonna jump into the match against CrimsonCBAD, my friend Chase, and let's see what he's gonna be bringing. This is always the fun part. Well, I guess the whole battle's the fun part, but what is he bringing on his team? Let's see. Oh, he does bring the Smeargle, and wow, he brought some funky stuff, man. He brought a lot of things I was not expecting. Smeargle, Cobalion, lots of stuff, but we gotta update this layout here ASAP before things get hectic. He's got the Cobalion, which I was not expecting. He brought the Smeargle. Crazy that I didn't bring a spinner. He brings Kyurem. He brings Dusk Noir. Does not bring, wow, hold on, guys. I need to, how much time? I got a minute left, so we have plenty of time. Let me put Dusk Noir on the layout here. A little bit big, and he brings Smeargle over Slowbro, which is pretty interesting too. So he's gonna be going for that sticky web strategy, which is something we'll have to definitely keep in mind. But let me make some notes here. Smeargle and Cobalion, and he didn't bring Slowbro. Instead, he brought Dusk Noir. Okay, so leads on his end, he's probably gonna try to lead that Smeargle. That's what I would venture to guess. Let's see here. Is there anything on my team that I feel is okay being put to sleep? Not really. There's not anything that I want to be put to sleep. I do have the option of defog though, which is nice, so we have that going for us. But I don't have anything that wants to be put to sleep. So, I mean, Dracula is probably, like, what can I expend here? What's my most expendable thing to be put to sleep? I really like Havoc in this matchup. Probably not Slurp, not Mojito. Mojito's not max speed. I should probably lead Victini. Unless he leads Crook. That would be the only issue, is if he leads Crook and I lead Victini. But I don't think he would lead that. I think Victini's good, because I could simply just go for like a U-turn or a V-create. I'm gonna, oh man, hold on. Dude, I didn't pick a team. All right, guys, we're good now. We're connected. I ran out of time there because I was spending so much time on the layout. I didn't even have time to think. Chase doesn't mind. We just started over. Same lead, so no big deal. I just didn't have enough time to click the Pokemon, and we're not gonna like forfeit a match because of that. That would be stupid. But I'm gonna leave with Victini here, as we kind of concluded there. He does lead with his Smeargle, of course, which could try to set sticky eggs, could try to spore something here on the first turn, and I have to decide what I want to be spored, because I'm gonna U-turn here. My play is definitely to U-turn, but what do I want to get spored? I'm definitely thinking that Clefable is okay to be spored. Considering there's no Volcarona, that might not be a terrible idea. I can go into Clefable, let it get spored, and then I can go into Scissor and force out a Defog, which seems to be the best play, because Scissor actually is a pretty good matchup. So let's go for the U-turn, and I think we're gonna let Clefable get spored. He's gonna go for the King Shield here. So he's got King Shield Smeargle, so he's gonna reduce our attack stat. Very interesting. King Shield. I'm very surprised to see that. So we get an attack drop. That's fine. I'm just going for the U-turn anyway. That's my play. I'm not gonna stay in against this thing. I don't want to get spored. This is making me really wish I had my Delmise, though. I'm not gonna lie. Delmise would have been very nice to have in this match, but It's okay. I know I can go into Scissor. I know I can threaten this thing out, so we can defog as well. He doesn't really have any way to stop us from defogging. Scissor actually should be able to defog on a few different things on his team. He could have Fire Punch on Dust Noir, which could be a problem, but otherwise we should be able to defog against like Crook and Cabalion and stuff like that if he does just try to set Sticky Webs. So let's go for the U-turn here. This is going to break a potential Focus Sash if he has one. Doesn't really do a ton of damage because of the potential of him rocking that king shield. So I'm thinking Deborah is going to be our best bet here to take this Spore. So I'm going to go into Deborah here, and we'll see if he decides to set Sticky Webs, if he decides to do something else. Let's see what this thing's going to do. He is going to set up those Sticky Webs. And that's going to be very interesting for us because now we have to figure out a way to stop these Sticky Webs. I'm going to just go for the Moonblast to try to get some damage off on him. If he wants to put me to sleep, that's fine. But there is obviously a sleep clause, so he can't really, you know, continue to like put us to sleep at least. But man, that's crazy. He brought the Smeargle. I didn't think he was gonna bring it. I really didn't think he was gonna bring it. King Shield, Sticky Webs. Okay. Very, very interesting stuff there. King Shield, Sticky Webs. He was probably trying to see if I was gonna lock myself into something with Victini, but it's all good. King Shield, Sticky Webs, Spore, and maybe Rocks is what I'm thinking. But again, luckily we have defog on Scissor, guys. Luckily we have defog on Scissor, because if we didn't, this would be a very, very tough start for us, because with Sticky Webs, that really kind of destroys a lot of my team. He's just going to switch out here, so I'm going to get a nice little Moonblast off on something. And here comes Super Warline, which is going to be the Cabalion. We're gonna get a decent chunk of damage off on this thing. He's got an air balloon, so we'll pop that, which is nice. And he's got no item now on that thing. So Cabalion's got no item, and we do about 40%, which is very nice. Now he obviously can Iron Head here. That's pretty much what I'm expecting. I'm gonna just go right into Dracula. I don't want to overthink this play. Dracula can come in. This will activate my Toxic Orb, allowing me to switch into that Smeargle later, which is really nice. We obviously are a flying type, so I don't have to worry about that. And we could potentially go for a Toxic on something like the Dust Noir if he tries to bring that in, or the Kyurem. You know, even if he goes for like an Iron Head or something, I know he can take those hits. So let me actually just see if I can gauge any info. I mean, I'm assuming he's just going to be like an offensive variant. He might try to set Stealth Rocks here too, expecting us to switch. But that Moonblast did about what I would expect it to do. And Cabalion really shouldn't be able to touch Gliscor too badly. There's not a whole lot it can do, unless he has HP Ice. That would be really the only thing, is if he runs HP Ice on this thing. But even that is only like it's like a 2 to KO, so we should be okay there. So I'm just gonna go right into my Gliscor here, which does float above those webs, which is nice. Electros floats above the webs, and we're gonna have to get rid of those with defog at some point. But I don't want to do that just yet. I'm gonna kind of hold off on that, because I think we can still kind of play around his team right now and get those webs away later. All right, so he's really thinking about this move. I don't know if he's gonna try to predict my switch here. You know, the Iron Head is pretty obvious. He's probably trying to think of what I'm gonna switch into on the Iron Head. He's gonna switch out, so he's gonna make a double. Does he go into Kyurem? He goes into Crocodilius, which is fine by me, because this is gonna be nice and shiny Croc, of course. This is gonna be able to get my Gliscor in, which is exactly what I wanted. Gliscor can come in here, and I can go for a Toxic on something now, and his only real way to deal with that would be the Cabalion, but I'm not too concerned there. So if he wants to set up Rocks, that's fine. I'm just gonna go for Toxic though, because if I can wear down this Crook or a Kyurem if he switches that in, that'll be pretty useful for me. So he just makes a double there, predicting me to probably go into maybe Victini on the Iron Head, is maybe what he was thinking. Unless this Crook is running something weird, but now knockoff, I don't really have to worry about knockoff. So that was a good scenario. I wanted to make sure I got poisoned before Crook was able to knock off anything on my team, because Dracula can shut this Crook down otherwise. In fact, Dracula can shut down a lot of his team just in general. So this could be good for us. Definitely could be good for us. But you know, we're just gonna go to the Toxic here again. If the Kyurem comes in, that kind of starts to whittle that thing down. It doesn't seem like he has any way to get rid of that. If he goes into Dust Noir, which is very likely, if he has like the Ice Punch, then we can Toxic that thing and start to wear that thing down, which is pretty nice. And it could give us an option to go into our Scissor or our Clefable. So I'm gonna get the Toxic off. We missed. Definitely a bummer there. He goes to the knockoff here. We'll get some idea on what kind of set he is. That's looking like banded. I'm gonna double check it, but that did look like banded damage. I'm gonna just double check that knockoff damage. It stinks that we missed. No, not quite banded. Looks like he's just offensive. Definitely offensive though. Maybe adamant. We didn't see anything else. I don't really want to predict the Cobalion, but I'm going to Toxic again, to be perfectly honest. I think we should Toxic here. I should be able to take another knockoff, and it stinks that we missed the Toxic, but that's kind of life. At least we have these poison heals now, and I should be able to live hits from this thing. But he did a good amount to us. I mean, he did over 50, about 50% to us with that knockoff. And Bandit, like Adamant max attack does like, yeah, so it's probably Adamant max attack. And we do hit the Toxic this time, which is nice. So that's pretty sweet. What is he gonna go for? Another knockoff maybe? What does he have? Let's see here. We get that, and he's gonna go for his Z move. So he's just gonna fire off that Z move, which is gonna be the Waterium Z with Aqua Tail. So he's gonna burn that Z move right now. Waterium Z, and that's gonna be the Aqua Tail. So now we know he's got Aqua Tail, and that's gonna definitely knock out our Gliscor. So good plays on his part for doing that. Crook kills Gliscor with Hydro Vortex. And that's a bummer for our Dracula, because now Dracula is incredibly weakened, and you know, that's gonna give us a harder time kind of throughout the rest of this match. He shows off that he is Moxie, which is pretty scary. He's gonna take some damage from the poison there, and yeah, that's definitely pretty scary. I could go into Deborah though. Deborah does have the option to go in and fire off a Moonblast here. We do negate that Moxie, which is nice. I need to get a Defog off here at some point in time, but we don't really have the best options to do that. I don't want to go into Mojito here. So I am gonna go into Deborah here, which does have the Unaware ability, which is gonna negate that that boost and allow us to go for a Moonblast now at least. Yeah, I gotta do that. We're gonna go for the Moonblast, I think. Let's see here. I think he's gonna switch out, but he does have the Moxie. I'm gonna go for the Moonblast and just make the safe play. We'll make the safe play against this Crook. It stinks that we don't Delmize, man, because I was so close to bringing that. But I was not expecting Waterium Z. I thought maybe he'd bring like Steelium Z or something like that, but he really brought this Crook ready for the Gliscor. But there was not a whole lot I was going to be able to switch into a Waterium Z right there anyway. But that's okay. So he's Toxic, and he's sitting at a decent amount, a lower amount of health here. He could try to knock off as well and take a Moonblast. I don't anticipate that though. I think he probably goes to Dust Noir here. The problem with Dust Noir is it actually matches up really well against my team. In fact, without Toxic, it's gonna be really hard for me to beat that thing. He's gonna go into probably Super Warline, so he goes right back into Cobalion again. And Cobalion's gonna take this Moonblast to the face. So his Cobalion has gotten whittled down by our Clefable here. Now, of course, my primary switch in this thing is now not as great as it was before. I could go into Scissor though on Cobalion, which is probably what I should do, because I know I can take an Iron Head, and I could probably take a close combat. He's probably not going to close combat. I'm going to go into Mojito here. I'm going to go into Scissor, because I need to get a Defog off. I have to get this Defog off, guys. Otherwise, like, Victini and Terrakion are hindered incredibly, like, so much. And if I force that Smeargle to Sticky Web again, at least, you know what I mean? Like, if I have to force him to do that again, it's fine. But he doesn't switch this time, so we are going to go into Mojito. Does he close combat, predicting... I don't think he close combats. We do get Sticky Webs, of course. He goes for the Flash Cannon, so he's got a specially offensive Cobalion. I was not expecting that. I didn't even realize Cobalion's... Oh, I guess the special attack stat is about the same. Oh, you know what? Does he have the HP Fire? Does he have HP Fire? No, he probably would have HP Ice. Does he have HP Fire on this thing? Ah, oh, dude. If he has HP Fire... let's see here. If he's Timid, max special attack, Hidden Power Fire. Hidden Power Fire doesn't kill, I don't think. I'm gonna go for the Defog. I have to Defog. If he has Hidden Power Fire, that's just great press. He's got the Taunt on his Cobalion. Wow, dude. Oh my goodness. Flash, Cannon, and Taunt. So I can't Defog yet. I'm gonna U-turn. I'm gonna U-turn out. He's obviously faster than us at least, so I'll get the U-turn out. If he switches, then I'll get some momentum there. Man, the taunt on this thing to stop our Defog. So we know we can't Defog in front of this thing. What are we gonna Defog in front of? Crook, probably, I guess. Maybe Kyurem. We could Defog in front of the Smeargle. Alright. Us losing Gliscor is such a big deal, man. Waterium Z Crook. Not what I wanted to see. I think we're just gonna U-turn out of here. We gotta get some momentum in this match, man. These Sticky Webs are really messing with us. These sticky webs are really messing with us because they're keeping Victini from being able to do a whole lot. Victini otherwise would outspeed so much of his team. Terrakion at least still does outspeed everything aside from Tornadus, assuming Kyurem's not Scarf, but he could bring Scarf Kyurem too, even with the webs. And getting up rocks is still really nice too. We got to get those rocks up with Clefable, but Gliscor going down was so huge. But he predicted our defog, so he knows we have it, which is kind of lame. But Flash Cannon on Cobalion, I was expecting a physically offensive one, but that's fine with me. We are especially defensive Clefable, so at least there's that. But he's gonna go for the Stealth Rocks himself. So he got his Stealth Rocks, Flash Cannon. We'll get a U-turn off here. You know, this is kind of a bummer because we'll have to take some extra damage with some stuff that I don't want to take damage with. But we'll get some U-turn chip damage there. I'm thinking I'm gonna want to go into Terrakion and just click. What do I want to go into here? I can't go into Victini. I can go into Slurp. Yeah, let's go into Slurp. Yeah, I kind of have to go to Slurp. We'll go to Slurp. We see the Stealth Rocks, and now he's got Stealth Rocks up and Sticky Web, so we definitely have to defog now. I'm pretty free to. I think I'm gonna Flamethrower. Yeah, I'm gonna Flamethrower and just make the very obvious play in case he goes to Crook, because I don't want to Thunderbolt and then have Crook come in. I'd rather go for the Flamethrower and just make sure I get the kill. If he has close combat, this is gonna hurt and really mess with us if he gets a close combat off. He's got Hidden Power. I don't know what that is, but it's probably Hidden Power Ice, I'm assuming, for the whatchamacallit, for the Gliscor. So Eel kills Cobalion with Flamethrower. So that went okay at least. That could have been much worse, so I'll take that at least. Now, does he go into Smeargle and Sporos? Because that would be annoying if he did that. That would really mess with us. I could take on the Dusknoir and U-turn out of it. He's probably got Fire Punch on Dusknoir. He's probably like AV with Fire Punch. Our priority right now needs to be to get those Sticky Webs and that Stealth Rock off the field. I don't know if we can win without it because Victini needs that speed. Here comes Crook. So he does bring in the Crook. He's probably going to knock off here. So I have to take the knockoff to the face, I think, and just go for the U-turn, which really pains me. And it could mess us up later, but I have to do it. We're going to take a knockoff to the face. But it'll at least allow me to get Scissor in and I can defog. Unless he has Taunt on Crook too. But I should be able to get a U-turn off here, and I should be able to live a knockoff. He may also predict a switch here and not expect the U-turn. Maybe we'll get lucky and he'll predict a switch here. Like he'll predict the Terrakion or something. And go for an EQ. Yeah, but we should be able to live a knockoff from this thing. Yeah, we definitely can live a knockoff. So it's gonna hurt though. It's gonna hurt, but we're gonna deal almost, 40% back. So does he go for the knockoff? He goes for the knockoff, so that's gonna hurt. It's gonna do a lot. It's gonna bring us down to a pretty low amount of health. We lose our Assault Vest. We will get a U-turn off here though. And that's gonna get us back into our Scissor at least. Which will allow us to defog now. That's what we have to do. And the problem here is this could just allow him to go into his Smeargle again and try to set those webs, which is what I don't want to have happen. But I have to defog here. Even if he, it's a pretty easy prediction for him to expect the defog, but I have to do it. I mean, the other option is just go for the U-turn here and try to catch the Smeargle coming in. But I think going for the defog is the right play. It's the obvious play, but I think I have to do it, so I'm just gonna go for it. I gotta get those webs off the field. I cannot allow this this Smeargle to continue to, these sticky webs to continue to affect us. I gotta go for the, if he goes for knockoff here, that's gonna be really annoying too, because it's gonna hurt a lot. But we have to do this. We have to get these hazards off. I don't think he's gonna have Taunt on Crook as well. I think he's gotta have Pursuit and Earthquake as his last two moves. Aqua Tail, knockoff, Pursuit, Earthquake. I mean, that seems to be probably right to me. He's gonna switch this time. Just go into that Smeargle. He goes into Pain Painter, so he goes right back into Smeargle. I get the defog off at least, which is nice. And we drop his evasiveness. We get rid of the hazards. We get rid of the sticky webs, which is really nice. Now I have a problem because he can king shield us here. And if he king shields us, that's a problem. If he king shields us, that's a problem. I can go into Victini though. Nah, that's probably not a good play. Do I think he king shields? Like, I want a U-turn, but if I U-turn and then he could just do that again. I think I just have to U-turn. I mean, I could have roost predicting, but I'm just gonna go for the U-turn. If he king shields, it's pretty obvious. Yeah, there's the king shield. I was gonna roost, predicting the king shields, which probably was the right play. We'll take an attack drop there, which is definitely a bummer. And he knows I want a U-turn. I'm gonna go for the bullet punch, I think. Do I want a bullet punch here? Scissor versus Smeargle. I think a bullet punch is still gonna hurt, and we can weaken this thing even further. So if I'm -2 attack, bullet punch does like 40% to him. I'm gonna go for the bullet punch, see how much it does. I think a U-turn might be good, but I kind of want to stay in so I can defog, you know? I don't want to switch out and allow him to, like, if I U-turn out, then he can just set up on me. At least I can get the defog off, you know? So I'll go for the bullet punch, see how much it does. Ooh, that did a lot. He's gonna get his webs up, but at the very least, I've weakened this thing a lot, and I can defog again now. So, even if he predicts it, I can still defog. So do I want to bullet punch and just knock this thing out? Like, what can I defog against? I don't want to defog and then have him just switch out into a counter, but I think I have to. I'm gonna just defog. If he spores, it's gonna be annoying. He has V-Create on this thing? Oh my goodness, dude. Oh my goodness, is that gonna kill? Oh my goodness, dude. What play was that? I don't even know. I don't even know. You gotta just give him props for that. I mean, what else can you say? You gotta just give him props for that. I mean, that's all I could say is you gotta give him props for it. I shouldn't have went into Havoc. That was a stupid play. That was a dumb play, guys. I think I just lost the match. I should have bullet punched. If I bullet punched there, we kill the Smeargle and I have my scissors still. Oh my goodness, man. And he could just king shield here too, dude. Oh, dude. Not how I wanted this to go. Not how I wanted this to go. At least I get rid of the Smeargle. Tarak kills Smeargle with Poison Jab. Can I still win this game? Can I still win this game? With sticky webs up, man, it is going to be a tough one to win. It is going to be a tough game to win with sticky webs up. This is going to be a tough one to win. I cannot believe he had V-Create on a Smeargle. Gotta give him props. That's all you can do is give him props for that. I mean, he went memed out on that one. If I bullet punch there, man. Oh, I should have bullet punched, dude. I should have bullet punched. I don't know why I didn't. That was so stupid. Man, I'm all sorts of messed up on this game, dude. All sorts of messed up. Here comes Crook, which is gonna be fast than me, of course. Can put the pressure on, can go for knockoff, can do all sorts of stuff. I have to switch though. I mean, I could actually outspeed this thing, but I think I'm gonna go into Slurp and just sack off Slurp here. Oh man. I mean, I can go into Terrakion. Terrakion can at least, we're not out of this yet. We're not out of this yet. The big thing standing in our way is that Dusknoir, because I can't close combat with Terrakion until later. We'll go into Slurp. If he Earthquakes here, at least we can switch into that. He goes to the Aqua Tail, so he doesn't have Earthquake probably then. But that's gonna knock us out. So Crook kills Eel with Aqua Tail. He takes some poison, gets the Moxie boost. So now we're gonna go into Clefable. We're gonna go into Clefable. And I think I wanna get up my Stealth Rocks, actually. Even though there's a Crook in front of me, I think I wanna get up my Stealth Rocks, because Stealth Rocks are gonna help against the Kyurem. So, and I think that that's useful. So let's go for Stealth Rocks here. If he stays in, if he has the Iron Tail, then so be it. It's possible that he does, considering that he didn't Earthquake there. He might not even have Earthquake. I gotta give it to Crimson, man. He's prepped really well for this match so far. He prepped really well. The thing that I'm really concerned about is that Dusknoir right now, because I don't think anything on my team can beat it unless I Toxic it with Victini. That's the only thing I can think of on Dusknoir, is just getting a Toxic off on it. But if Dusknoir, like, if Crook is still around, then he could just switch into that. So I really need to get rid of this Crook, and then I need to be able to Toxic the Dust Noir, and then I need to be able to stall it out, but all of those things seem very difficult to do. Not undoable, it's still doable. We can still win this game with Terrakion. If Kyurem's not Scarfed, Terrakion can still win this game. He's gonna switch, so we're gonna get our rocks up. Late game rocks. Here comes Magical Ghost, so this is the Dust Noir. Now, I have no idea what this thing's gonna do. He's got Frisk, so he's gonna see we have lefties. We get our rocks up. This is the problem though. This Dust Noir is so problematic because I can't go into Victini right now. And I have no idea what this thing wants to do against me. If he's like Power Up Punch Man, we are so done. I think I just have to Moonblast. I can't just go into Victini, I don't think. Like how much does Victini do to this thing? Because I'll still outspeed it at least. Dust Noir. Like let's say he's max HP. I mean, I do a good amount to him. I think I'm gonna Moonblast and just get some damage off and see what this thing wants to do against me. He's got Earthquake, so he predicts the potential Victini. He's faster than me too, which is kind of annoying. But we see Earthquake. I'm assuming he's gonna be AV, if I'm being honest, but I'm just gonna Moonblast this thing. If he's AV, that's fine, actually. Let's see how much this does. That's not Assault Vest unless I crit him. Did I crit him there? No, okay, he's lefties. Okay, so he's lefties, and we saw the Earthquake. Okay. I'm okay in just going for Moonblast here. Unless he shows Pain Split, I'm gonna go for Moonblast. This thing is the thing that's in the way of my Terrakion right now, is this Dust Noir, so I need to weaken this thing. I need to just weaken this thing again. He's gonna go for the Earthquake again, so he's okay with me just, he knows that Earthquake hits the other two Pokemon on my team super effective, so he's gonna just fire off Earthquakes and start to whittle us down. His only recovery though is probably gonna be Pain Split, so I'm okay with that. We get a big Moonblast off here, and we bring him below half, which is good. Let me see what the calc is to knock this thing out with Terrakion. Let's say he's offensive. Terrakion is gonna do about 50% with Stone Edge, so we gotta get him just a little bit lower. So I'm gonna Moonblast again, and the good news is he is faster. So here's the Pain Split, but that's not gonna do a ton to us, I don't think. He gets a good amount of health back, but not a battle that I'm necessarily afraid of just yet. But this is gonna come down to Terrakion, really. Terrakion's gonna need to come in, and it's gonna be able to, I'm gonna have to be able to beat the Kyurem as long as it's not Scarfed. We still have a chance. I need to weaken this thing again. I cannot switch though, unfortunately. I have to just keep Moonblasting until we beat this thing. And the fact that he's faster than us is definitely annoying. I'm gonna just keep Moonblasting though. Here's the Pain Split again, so that's his strategy, is just a Pain Split against us. And he's getting some health back, and we're losing health, but I think this is a matchup that we can come out on top of. Especially if we crit him like that. Especially if we get a crit there. But now he just gets more back with Pain Split, which is kind of annoying. So, I mean, it's kind of like a double-edged sword, right? Like, we get you know, we get the crit there, but the crit would have been better on the next turn. I'm just gonna Moonblast again. It's definitely our play. Here comes the Pain Split, so he's gonna keep Pain Splitting and getting his health back. But I think one more Moonblast here, and we should be able to win this matchup against this Dust Noir. That was the turn I needed the crit right there, but that's okay. But I can't switch out. I need to keep everything as healthy as possible. You know, I think that Kyurem could be Specs. That's the thing I'm really worried about. But I'm just gonna Moonblast here. If he Pain Splits, it's fine. He goes for the Pain Split again. I don't know if my Moonblast is gonna kill him this time. It's gonna be really close. I think he might just live on a Sliver though. I think he might live on a Sliver. Let's see here. Yeah, he's gonna live on a tiny amount. Special attack drop doesn't matter. And now, I don't think I'm in Earthquake range. It's crazy how these sticky webs have impacted this match so much, man. Those sticky webs. V-Create Smeargle, dude. You gotta just give him props for that. He had V-Create Smeargle. I thought he would have Spore. He didn't have it. I had to play around the Spore. I don't think he saves Dusknoir at this point in time, because he doesn't really have a great switch into me going for Moonblast. So I think he just Earthquakes here. But the good news is Terrakion gets to click close combat here pretty soon. Or Stone Edge. He's gonna go for the Earthquake this time, which is fine by me. We should be able to live it, no problem, and Clefable should be able to pick up the kill. And we do live on 17, that was close. So Clefable picks up the kill. So kills Dusknoir with Moonblast. Okay, so he's got Crook left, Kyurem, and Tornadus left. So, I don't think Tornadus kills Victini in one hit. I'm sorry, I don't think Kirim kills Victini in one hit. Unless he specs Earth Power. That's the only instant, and even specs Earth Power has only a chance to kill. And specs Draco Meteors. So here comes Kazajan, which is gonna be that big flying monster. The good thing is we at least get some Stealth Rocks damage off on him. How much is Crook at? Crook is in close range for Stone Edge. It is going to be really close whether he's in range for Stone Edge. I think I'm going to Moonlight just in case something crazy happens here. He goes for the Sludge Wave and he's going to kill us. Okay. I think I actually go into Victini now and click V-Create. Is that what I want to do? No, because he's Life Orb Tornadus. Okay. Does Life Orb Tornadus Hurricane kill me? That's the question. If I go into Hurricane, doesn't actually kill me if he's max speed, which I think he had to be for if he's modest. Yeah, I can live a Hurricane, and I do knock him out with a Rock Slide. The question is what do I do to Crocodile? How much does Rock Slide do to Crocodile if I went for Rock Slide? Rock Slide doesn't do much to Crocodile. Stone Edge does a little bit more. And what about Kirim? If I need to kill Kirim, does Rock Slide do enough? I have to go into Havoc here, and I have to click Rock Slide. That's our play. He may try to kill us with Hurricane, but we should be able to live it. Even with the Sticky Web, it's fine. I have to go for Stone Edge here, because I need to be able to pick up the 2-hit KO on the Crocodile if it comes in at this point in the match. I basically have to hit like 4 Stone Edges in a row here, is what this comes down to, I feel like. So, we'll see. He could miss the Hurricane, 70% accurate. And the fact that we're Scarfed gives us a chance here. I don't know if that Kirim's Scarfed. That's another thing. If this Kirim's Scarfed too, obviously that makes a huge difference. Man, this is gonna come down to the wire, I think. He's gonna go for the Psychic here, which is not as bad as the Hurricane, because I can definitely take it. We do live it. We get some damage off there. Don't miss the Stone Edge, please. And we missed, and that's game. Okay, good game to Crimson, man. What are you gonna do? We missed the Stone Edge. Perhaps I should have went for Rock Slide just to ensure the kill there. But if that Stone Edge hits, man, we actually have a chance to win this game, believe it or not. It would have been interesting because basically, actually, if that Stone Edge hits, I think we win. I'm gonna actually message him real quick. Is Kirim Scarf? I'm just gonna say GG. But he can answer me. But if Kirim's not Scarf, I think we actually win the game if we hit that Stone Edge. I think we actually win the game if we hit that Stone Edge if Kirim's not Scarfed, which is pretty disappointing, actually. I'm gonna go for the Bolt Strike here. He could just go into his Crook, but I don't think he goes into Crook here. I'll just go for Bolt Strike. That's really kind of a bummer, dude. Maybe I should have went for the Rock Slide then. I thought he would go into Crook. Oh, you know what, too? I should have went for the Rock Slide. That's my own fault. I should have went for the Rock Slide. I didn't know if it would kill the Kirim, though. But let's see what he says in the chat. If Kirim's not Scarf, then I think we win that game. He's got Dark Pulse. That's fine. No big deal. We'll Bolt Strike this thing. Victini will pick up a kill here. But I'm waiting for Crimson to see if he answers me. But we'll pick up a kill there. Crocodile gets to come in here and beat us now at this point in time. Because of those sticky webs. So you just gotta give up props to CrimsonCBAD. Hopefully he'll answer me here though, because I would really like to know whether Kirim's Scarfed or not. Because basically if Kirim's not Scarfed there, and I've had my fair share of luck, so it is what it is, but if Kirim's not Scarfed, then if I kill Tornadus there, Terrakion sits in front of whatever it's in front of. Even if Crook comes in, I can sack off Victini, and then I go back into Terrakion. I click Close Combat twice. Close Combat kills Crocodile and kills Kirim. So you know, it comes down to an 80% chance. So I mean, we won last week based on, you know, a pretty lucky situation too. So let's see if he still hasn't answered me. So he's still kind of focused on the game. I'm sure he thinks the game's still going, but I know it's over at this point. Yeah, man, that's the game we play, guys. I mean, it just feels like every week it comes down to that. But I have to give all the props to Crimson here. He really did prep well. I mean, V-Create Smear Goal. All you can do is laugh at that. You got to give him props. He brought the Smear Goal. I did have a chance. I did weaken. You know, I did get a chance to get rid of those hazards and stuff like that the first time. I made a couple misplays. I should have just bullet punched the Smear Goal. If I just bullet punched the Smear Goal, this is a totally you know, potentially a different game, because we could have had our scissor still around here at the end, you know, and of course, you know, that Stone Edge miss. I mean, that really, it comes down to that. If Stone Edge hits there, or if I went for Rock Slide and Rock Slide hits there, then that's a different game. I'm still waiting to see if he's gonna respond to me though. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the battle. It was definitely a good one. You can't get too upset about it. It is what it is, man. It just feels like every single week it comes down to just hacks at this point in time. Which is why you just can't take Pokemon too seriously, guys. It's just the game we play, and it's got a lot of luck involved. And I've hit a lot of Stone Edges, and I've been on the positive side of some luck this season. I've been on the negative side of some luck this season. I mean, my win-loss record could be totally different if we were a little luckier, and could be totally the other way in retrospect if we were less or more unlucky. I don't know what to say, but I'm still waiting to see if he's gonna respond to me. I'm waiting to see if he answers. He's probably wrapping up his commentary there, but you know, I mean, in terms of reflection, things we could have done, you know, really, I think one of the big mistakes there, obviously, was that scissor. There was no way I was going to expect him to have V-Create there, though. That was just a thing. Let's see here. He just answered GG, man. Kieran was E-Belt. Yep, so that explains that. So Kieran was indeed E-Belt. So if we hit that Stone Edge, then we do win the game, unfortunately. But such is life, guys. That's how this game works. Again, thank you for watching. My name is Dan. I'll go by aDrive, and I'm going to catch you guys later. Peace.